Imagine being betrayed by the very people you should trust the most, your own family. Sold into slavery, left for dead, all because of jealousy. What would you do if, years later, you held their lives in your hands? Would you choose revenge or mercy? This is the incredible story of a man who faced that exact choice. His name was Joseph, a young dreamer, favored by his father. He had vivid dreams, visions of his brothers bowing down to him. This, along with his father's special coat, a gift of many colors, fueled a dangerous fire of envy in his brothers' hearts. One day, their jealousy boiled over. They grabbed him, threw him into a pit, and sold him to passing traders. To cover their tracks, they stained his beautiful coat with animal blood and told their father a wild beast had killed him. Their father, Jacob, was consumed by grief, believing his beloved son was gone forever. Joseph's journey was far from over. He was taken to Egypt, a foreign land, and sold again, this time to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Despite his circumstances, Joseph excelled. He was trustworthy and capable, and soon he was put in charge of Potiphar's entire household. But his trials were not finished. Falsely accused of a crime he didn't commit, he was thrown into prison. It seemed like his life was a series of downward spirals, from beloved son to slave, from trusted servant to prisoner. Yet, even in the darkest of dungeons, Joseph never lost his faith. He continued to use his gift of interpreting dreams, helping his fellow prisoners. One day, his gift reached the ears of the most powerful man in the land, Pharaoh himself. Pharaoh had been plagued by disturbing dreams that no one could decipher. Joseph was summoned from his cell. He stood before the mighty ruler and interpreted the dreams, not as a curse, but as a divine warning. 7 years of great abundance would be followed by 7 years of devastating famine. Impressed by his wisdom, Pharaoh didn't just free Joseph. He made him the second most powerful man in all of Egypt, tasked with preparing the nation for the coming crisis. Joseph was no longer a prisoner, he was a savior. Just as Joseph had foreseen, after 7 years of plenty, a severe famine gripped the entire region. People from all over came to Egypt seeking grain, the only place with food, thanks to Joseph's brilliant planning. One day, a group of men traveled from the land of Canaan, desperate to buy food for their starving families. As they bowed before the great Egyptian governor, they had no idea who they were looking at. But Joseph recognized them instantly. It was his brothers. The same brothers who had sold him into slavery all those years ago. Here it was, the moment of truth. His dreams had come true. His brothers were bowing before him. He held their fate in his hands. He could have exposed them, imprisoned them, or let them starve. The desire for revenge must have been overwhelming. He was a stranger to them, a powerful lord with absolute authority. He decided to test them, to see if their hearts had changed. He spoke harshly, accusing them of being spies. He put them through a series of trials, demanding they bring their youngest brother, Benjamin, to prove their innocence. He secretly returned their money, creating confusion and fear. He was pushing them, watching them, searching for any sign of remorse or change. The climax came when he framed his youngest brother, Benjamin, for theft. Judah, one of the brothers who had once suggested selling Joseph, stepped forward. He offered himself as a slave in Benjamin's place, unable to bear the thought of causing their father any more pain. He spoke of their father's immense love for Benjamin and how losing another beloved son would surely kill him. Seeing Judah's selfless plea, seeing their genuine anguish and love for their family, Joseph's resolve finally broke. He could no longer contain his emotions. He ordered everyone else out of the room. And then, through powerful sobs, he revealed himself. "I am Joseph," he cried out. "Is my father still alive?" His brothers were frozen in shock and terror. The powerful Egyptian governor was the brother they had betrayed. They expected punishment, the full force of his wrath. But what came next was not vengeance, it was grace. "Do not be distressed," Joseph said, his voice filled with compassion. "It was not you who sent me here, but God. He sent me ahead of you to preserve life." He saw the bigger picture. He understood that all his suffering, the pit, the slavery, the prison, had all been part of a divine plan to save not just his family, but countless others from starvation. He forgave them completely. He embraced them, wept with them, and welcomed them to Egypt, providing for them and their families. Joseph chose mercy over revenge, love over hate, and in doing so, he didn't just save his family. He healed them. This story reminds us that even in the face of unimaginable pain and betrayal, we have a choice. We can let bitterness consume us, or we can find the strength to forgive and see a greater purpose in our trials. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires.